So in this video, we're going to be talking about AI, as in artificial intelligence, and looking at the most popular AI writer today to see if you can actually use AI to help you write or finish your book. If you have writer's block or you have an idea for a book but you just don't know where to begin, then stay tuned because you might find this video useful. About 6 months ago, I wrote this post entitled, "Can you use AI to write a book?" The post did really well, and I've had many emails since from people thanking me for introducing them. AI writers may be new and frowned upon in the writing community, and probably for good reason, but in the copywriting and marketing space, they are all the rage. I've noticed there's an equal amount of disgust and joy on this topic, so I wanted to get in here and share my thoughts. Firstly, I can see how in the wrong hands, these tools can result in an influx of terrible quality books flooding the internet. But to be honest, that's no different from the hundreds of thousands of terrible quality, no and low content books out there already. The terrible self-published music, and of course, all of the videos on the weird end of YouTube that have technically been self-published. Everybody has the ability to create content and the tools to do it. So AI writers are nothing new in that respect. In my humble opinion, AI writing tools are no different from something like Grammarly, which you probably didn't know or think of as an AI writing tool itself. So, how can you use AI to actually help you write a good, non-spammy book, or just flesh out your ideas and finally turn them into reality? In this video, I'm going to show you how. I'm using what is arguably the most popular AI writer on the market today, and if you want to try it out for free, there's a link in the description that gives you access along with 10,000 words. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so this is the Jasper Ai Dashboard, and this is the AI tool that we're going to be using to write or to assist us in writing a book. So this software is very easy to use. However, there is quite a lot of features. So I'm going to try and keep it short and sweet as possible, and just show you just a brief overview of some of the things that you can do on the software. On the application. So these are some of the templates that it comes with, and again, I said it's got so many features we can't just sit here and go through them, but these are mainly used for marketing, SEO, copywriting and whatnot. But you've got creative story, which I'll show you because that can be quite funny. But the long form assistant is what you'll be using to help you write your book. Here we have recipes, and these are just done for you commands that you just put the information in and Jasper will do the rest. So you fill it in, you change it up as you go, and it just helps you crack on. So you've got the idea factory, which of course helps you build out your ideas. You've got the hero's journey outline, which is I guess that's more for creative writing. We'll try that one out in a sec. And then you've got the perfect non-fiction book introduction and outline. So that one is more for, again, building out your idea, using the AI tool to help you build out your idea. And then you put your research and all of that in, and then you just start to flesh it out with the help of the tool. So it really is it's kind of like Plot Factory, but with AI assistance. So wherever you're stuck or wherever you need help expanding or building out an idea or a concept, the AI tool will just jump in and help you. Wherever you press Command Enter or Command J, it will just start writing. And there are little tips and tricks that you can do to guide it and to stop it from reading information before, so it won't repeat itself. You can give it factual information for it to base its its concepts and stuff around. Okay, so apologies if this is really choppy, but I'm trying to be as quick as I can because I could literally go through the software and be on it for hours showing you all of the different features and the way it works. But what I'm just going to do now is just kind of free type just to show you its typing abilities. I do have unlimited credits, so it can't hurt to just show you how it works. And again, if you feel that this is going to be something useful in helping you build out your story, or just, I guess, helping you finally write that book that you've been putting off, or that you've not known, you don't know what to do next with it, then yeah, again, in the description, check it out, 10,000 free credits. Give it a try, see how you like it, and go from there. So what I'm going to do now is, again, I'm just going to start writing, and we're going to test out its creative writing ability. So this is what the AI tool's written. I didn't know what was happening to me, but I knew that something was different. I went downstairs and my parents were there. They asked me what was wrong, and I told them about my hands. They didn't believe me, but they took me to the doctor just to be sure. The doctor did some tests and confirmed that I had powers. I'm not even going to try and be creative. Let's see what it does, because the best thing to do is to start the sentence and let it finish, because if you're starting from a brand new sentence, it's going to be using its AI brain to make something up, and then it starts to dictate where your story should go. If you've already got an outline, you could literally just paste your ideas in and help it build you, and use it to help you build them out. So let's see what it says. Okay, now this looks like it's writing a creative email, not a story. But in any case, let's go over to power mode. Creative story. So I could copy this. You've only got 600 characters, but I could copy this as my plot. Tone of voice. Passionate. And I think this works really well if you have a site where you already have readers. So not necessarily, you don't have to be publishing a book, but let's say you do short stories and you've already got a site and a readership. This works really well. So we're going to try out let's try out the longer output length. My parents were proud of me and they knew that I could make a difference in the world. But as I got older, I started to use my powers for bad. I didn't care about anyone but myself, and I wanted to rule the world. My parents were disappointed in me, but they still love me. Alright, so I think we've tested out the creative writing aspect of it quite a bit. You can see that it can do creative writing. It just builds things out of nowhere. You've got the Grammarly input here, which is awesome, and then you've got the plagiarism checker. So another thing that you can do is explain it to a 5th grader. So if you have any text or any let's say you've got something quite technical that you're writing about and you want to make it into a children's book. Like I recently done a book about finance for children, and there were some terms that I needed to, I won't say dumb down, but I'll say explain it to a child, which is this feature. You can change the output grade level. So let's say you're writing for 5th graders, which is the standard setting. Then you'd want to make sure that your story, the words, the terms used are 5th grader friendly. And then you can actually just transform your text in that way. So obviously this is not wildly complicated text, but it would sort of put it in layman's terms and generate the outputs on the side, and you can just switch things out. I was excited when I got my superpowers. I wanted to do everything with them. My parents and I started training together. See, it makes the sentences shorter. The words are simple, and then it just flows really well for a child. I helped people whenever I could, and I made a lot of new friends because of it. My parents were proud of me and knew that I could make a difference in the world. So yeah, if you're writing a children's book, this would come in handy. And again, let's see if we change the output level. 12th grader. Let's see what it gives us. Okay, so again, it's not going to make it much more complicated than it already was, but it does give you a few different options. I was excited when I got my powers. I wanted to use them for good and help people. My parents helped me train, and I learned how to use my powers in the right way. I helped people whenever I could and made new friends. My parents were proud of me and knew that I could make a difference in the world. So pretty much the same. Another thing is Content Improver, which is an awesome tool. Okay, so I've put the same paragraph in Content Improver, and let's see what it does now. Again, if you are using the 10,000 free credits, you do want to make sure that you're using them wisely. So bring those outputs down so you don't waste it, because every time you do click generate, these count towards it. It's not just the long form editor. So okay, so Content Improver, you can change the tone of voice, which I'll show you. I'll do another one after, and I'll do angry. So when I got my powers, that's what I wanted to do with them. Okay. And so began the training, learning how each skill would help me in some way and making new friends along this journey of self-discovery. The powers united now. I don't know, that doesn't sound like it makes sense. On to the next one. When I first learned about my powers, they were a part of the package. My parents brought me in for training, and it's been an amazing journey ever since then. One that has led to many new friends and enemies. With all this power came responsibility, the need to use these abilities responsibly so as not to cause any harm or destruction on such massive scales. I'm not going anywhere anytime soon. That's my devious laugh. So as you can see, it's done that all from this short paragraph. And again, if you've already written your book and you just want to go through and give it a better feel, like you feel like you've not put, I guess if you just want to improve the content, which is what it's for, and you can just take paragraphs at a time or sentences that you want to improve that you know you could have probably written better, you can just take those and put those into the Content Improver. So now we're going to try a different tone of voice. You can try excited, angry. Again, if you want to convey a message and you're not sure that you've hit that tone properly, you can again just paste it in, put the tone of voice, and it will try and give you some alternatives. So let's see how it turns this into angry. This doesn't look angry. When I first got my heart, there was nothing better. It felt like a dream come true to be able to do anything with just one thought, and the universe delivered. But then things started going wrong. People were always knocking on doors asking for help or advice. I guess they saw something in me that made them believe hope hadn't abandoned their lives yet, even though it seemed impossible after everything bad happened already. And best of all, my parents finally understood how this meant. That doesn't sound angry. When I got my powers, they were everything to me. There was nothing that could stop me. This new era, my parents tried training with me Some things were difficult without teachers or books. It took me. Okay, frustrated. It sounds more frustrated than angry. Okay, what about, well, excited? Is already excited because he said he was excited. Yeah, so again, I don't want this to go on too long, but if you do have any questions, just drop them in the comment section. I'll try my best to answer them, or you can, I could do another video if need be. So that's it, guys. Again, link in the description. Check out this amazing software. Been using it for quite a few months now. Been doing all sorts of stuff with it. So yeah, if you are stuck, have writer's block, want to build out your book idea, want to improve your book, definitely check this out. And that's it, guys. Peace.